Welcome you all, of course. Thank you for coming. I've really been interested in this subject for a long time. And I've done a lot of reading, and I've had a lot of experience. Some of you I have personal experience with. So you may hear me refer to you once in a while, but it will be very anonymous. So it won't be bad. But yes, like I said, I'm not an expert in this field by any means, and I've always wanted to do this. And Mike Stovall here has kind of motivated me to go ahead and do this for you guys with his help, of course. So I definitely appreciate Mike for coming and helping out. And we've been working on this for about a month, and we finally kind of got it together. So thanks to all of you who responded to my request to give me some of your issues that you want to talk about. I think that's going to be helpful. And this is going to be super casual, so just say whatever you want to when you want to. We're all good friends here. And just for those of you who don't know me that well yet, I have been coaching for about 4 years, kind of on the side, and I just recently took my coaching business full time, starting April 1st. So I was waiting for somebody to say, wait, full station. No, but so I love it. You guys who know me know I'm real enthusiastic about the sport, and I love helping all of you guys. And I'm really pleased that the board went ahead and accepted my proposal to be the club coach, so that's been kind of cool. And I definitely welcome you guys to email me, call me with questions. Don't hesitate. I'm trying to put together a little Ask the Coach thing for the newsletter, so you may end up being the featured person in the newsletter. Let's see. That's it for me. And this, like I said, this is Mike Stovall, and I met him through Steve. He actually works at Grady while he is getting his master's degree. And I want Mike for you to go ahead and give us a little bit about you.
All right, I'm Mike Stovall. I'm from the Atlanta area. Played college football, college sports, so very in tune with playing at a high level. Like Maury said, I'm receiving my master's. I finished my coursework in August, my certification by December in sport and exercise psychology. So the mental aspect of sports. Everyone, I'm sure, has heard of some form of mental aspect. Ron Artest last year, Morton Play's psychologist when he won the championship for the Lakers. So that's kind of, yeah, right.
He needed it.
Yeah, he heard it out loud, and it's big business. And by business, I don't mean money-wise. I mean helping athletes-wise, helping people to achieve these status. When I first kind of talked to Steve and started talking to him about what he did, he said he ran. Can you run? Everybody runs at some point. But then he started saying, no, marathons, things like that. Now that's the new status. People go, well, I do triathlons. But I'm just in age group. Okay, but you complete a triathlon. That's the elite status. I know a lot of people think elite when they think of Matt Ryan's and Roddy White's and things like that. The Hawks players, things like that. But no, you are also elite athletes. It's very important to understand that, and your bodies are your temples. A lot of people were looking. I saw you eat salad with a pizza, okay, because you care. So that puts you in a different bracket. I did that. And I think bracket more like me. I figure I work out so I can do what I want. But I'm not gonna run Steve's and try to get me to run every time. I'm like, nah, step back and talk. So, looking forward to talking with you. If you have any questions, feel free to fire them while we're talking. It helps me to answer your questions more completely. And if I don't know, I won't lie. I will tell you that I don't know, but I will find out the answer, get it to you or Coach Maury, and that way you can get the correct answer. So you don't have to pick up a phone call. I'm under Dr. Alexander Cohen. He's at the University of Georgia. He's been doing this for over 20 years, so that's my direct mentor. So if I don't know it, I'm sure he's seen it at least once. So feel free to ask me anything.
So let's get started. Oh, before I forget, I want to thank Big Peach for letting us be here because they usually close the store at 8, but they are a partner of the club, and they were cool to let us be here and gather. So thanks, Big Peach. All right, so we're going to jump right in and start talking about some of the stuff that I think is really important. And one of the things is really about your thoughts. It's been said that we have 60,000 thoughts per day, and most of them are negative. And really, your thoughts do affect your performance. And I don't know how you feel about that, but they really do affect your performance. So, here are some examples I thought of. Ask yourself, and if you want to answer out loud, you can. If not, just kind of think about it. Have you ever been on the bike or run, and you feel sluggish, and this is at a race, and all of a sudden you hear somebody from the sideline cheer you on, and then you like perk up and speed up?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a long run while listening to your iPod, and then all of a sudden your favorite like Pump Me Up song comes on, and you pick up the pace? Have you ever been in a race, and maybe you were walking on the run, and maybe you saw a Peachtree Tri Club fellow member coming, and then you start running again? Have you ever been doing a speed workout, like on the track or something, and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, this is so hard, and you slow down, or you stop, and you start walking? Have you ever been working out with a friend who might be faster than you, and you just get so frustrated that they are so much faster than you that you just start slowing way down, and you just tell them to go ahead? And at this point now, you're going slower than what you would have been if you were by yourself. Those are just all examples of the way that your thoughts are controlling your performance, because that wasn't anything except what your head was telling your body to do. All right? So there are these 4 C's, and you guys may have heard this before. There's these 4 C's that really play a role in basically balancing out the stress of like a hard workout or a competition. And the 4 C's are confidence, concentration, commitment, and composure. Okay? So basically confidence, you guys know what that is. It's believing in yourself, and it's believing that you can do what you have prepared to do. And a lot of it is about preparation, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But really, confidence is also knowing you can handle whatever is thrown at you. And nothing happens without confidence. Concentration is just really staying focused at the task at hand. And I'm going to just throw out some examples. I know some athletes who they're swimming, and they like the swim, it's all good, but they start thinking about how lousy their bike ride's going to be when they're in the swim. And I would prefer for you guys, when you're in the swim, you think about the swim, think about your breathing, think about your strokes, count, do whatever kind of helps you. And we're going to talk about some tools to overcome some of this stuff. Commitment, that is your willingness to train hard, and that's your willingness to achieve your goal and to make whatever sacrifices you need, because we're going to talk more about goals later, but that's one way to overcome your obstacles is by setting a goal and committing to reaching it, whatever you got to do. All right, composure. This is managing your emotions. I mean, this sport is super emotional. I remember finishing, and Steve can attest to this, I remember finishing my second Olympic distance, and I bawled my head off because I was 3 minutes slower. But I should have been happy because it was a hard race, and but no, I couldn't control my emotions. And so composure is just being in charge of yourself and taking control of your emotions. Because there are so many things with races that are out of your control. Thanks. But yeah, so back to St. Anthony's, not only did they move the swim, but they also shortened the swim because of the conditions. So you go to this race thinking you're going to do a 1 mile swim, and all of a sudden it's now 1,000. And sometimes that really threw a bunch of people off. And with like what Kyle said about them moving the swim, basically athletes, when they came out of the swim, they had this super long distance that they had to run to get to transition. Yes. I mean, we're talking crazy transition times because of that run. So back to composure. There are a lot of things that are out of your control when you do these races. And you have to be able to just roll with it and worry about the things that you can control. And one of the things that you can control are your thoughts.